ass and shit, bro. Like, it was cool ass storyline, bro. It was just like, I wish I could saw it doing that, like, not doing it, like, when I was watching it and shit. So, yeah, let's get right into it.
Right, let's get it out of the way. Vince McMahon and Hulk Hogan aren't the most liked individuals in the world of wrestling, and for good
Nah.
reason too. It's remarkable because at one point these two played major roles in shaping the
Nah,
WWE
for
as we
real.
know it today. And the fact that both men had massive downfalls after serving as business pioneers is a massive punch to the gut for fans who grew up during the old WWF days. The thing is, I'm not one to ever shy away from history, and I don't like
Because, like, I ain't gonna lie, we, even with all that, like, accusation with both men, bro, definitely a Hulk Hogan. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I used to mess with Hulk Hogan. You feel me? Until he was like, he said he ain't mess with black people. Then I was like, okay, I a little bit understand him where he coming from, but also like, bro, you shouldn't even say in the first place. Then when it really like I stopped like fucking with him, and he like completely is a like a fuck like a habituary liar, bro. When he was in like Joe Rogan broadcast, talking about this the night the shoes that Andre had died in. Like, no, nigga, Andre didn't die when you feel me, bro? He died like 3 years ago and shit. Like, bro, he be straight up lying, capping, bro. Like, bro, you changed wrestling. Like, bro, you changed wrestling to mainstream where it's at right there. It's just like, bro, you so higher up in the wrestling, like, not like, yeah, in the wrestling community or even like entertainment history, bro. We hold you high guards, but we looking at you like, damn, bro, nigga, you lying to our face, nigga. We was there, you feel me? Then you don't like half of us, you feel me? It's like, man, fuck you, Vince. Y'all know about Vince, so shit, you know. He was trying to be on some Diddy, you feel me? Bad boys, bad boys, bad boys. You nah, make sure, but but nah, for real though.
avoiding certain people or topics. You simply cannot talk about professional wrestling's past without talking about McMahon and Hogan, even though they've shown who they truly are by their actions outside of the wrestling ring and away from TV shows. I want to talk about the McMahon vs Hogan match at Mania 19 today because it was surprisingly good given the limitations of both men in 2003.
Yeah.
And hey, if you can't stomach either guy, or if their previous unforgivable actions is enough to make you tap out, then look at it this way. The Mania 19 match gives you an opportunity to see both guys beat the absolute hell out of each other. The match itself is a total bloodbath.
Hey, Spotter Studio helped me take control over my YouTube channel. In order for me to get excited about an idea, I have to
Let's get right into it.
Our story begins during the WWF's golden era. Hulk Hogan leads the charge as Vince McMahon's WWF champion, and the company sees record growth and record profits. Hulkamania was a key factor in the WWF's explosive popularity during the 80s, and for a time, it felt like the company had no equal. Hulk Hogan brought family-friendly entertainment to WWF viewers every time he was on TV. Say your prayers, eat your vitamins, all that stuff. And both Hogan and McMahon made a lot of money during this era, which really did lay the foundation for the pro wrestling we still watch today. Hogan detractors usually have the same argument here when...
And this is my last time pausing it, and that's what hurts, bro, because it's like, damn, bro. If it weren't for these two niggas, we wouldn't get like the wrestling we got right now, you feel me? So it's just like, it's like, damn, bro, it's taking me back. Like, we owe you so like high regards because y'all did so much. You feel me? Like, now, you feel me? Because if y'all would have did this, we would have got this. You feel me? It's like, damn, we looking, and now it's like, damn, y'all both piece of shit. And it's like, fuck, bro. Damn.
And they say if it wasn't Hulk Hogan, it would have been someone else. And yeah, that may be the case, but it wasn't someone else. When your argument's based on fantasy booking, prediction, and seeing someone else at the helm of the WWF roster in some sort of parallel universe, then you're really just saying stuff that doesn't actually matter. Hogan was the man. I know it pains a lot of people, and yes, I too have poked fun at old Wood from the Hood over the years, but swallow that bitter pill and you'll be better off for it. Hogan and McMahon's relationship seemed to get a bit rocky during the early 90s. McMahon always contended that he wanted to move away from Hulkamania to begin focusing on younger talent and the new generation, but Hogan also stated he wanted to get away from McMahon and try to get more movie roles in Hollywood. There's also the steroid trial looming over McMahon, of course, that shines a bright no unwanted light on the WWF and its biggest superstar. So the two were no longer in the glory of 80s WWF, and they were now in the uncertainty of early 90s WWF. Hogan took himself off. He went to film Thunder in Paradise, thinking it was going to be a huge deal. And while filming the show in Florida, Ric Flair set up a meeting between Hulk and Eric Bischoff. Hulk agreed to join WCW. McMahon had no choice but to let Hulk go. And the Hulkster would go through quite the evolution in World Championship Wrestling when he became...
Bro, because I ain't gonna lie, bro. Hogan, in the 90s, bro, nigga, it was only two people, you feel me, people want to see. The NWO, or I'll say two people. Well, it's three people, basically. The NWO, The Rock, Stone Cold, and the Vince Corporation. I forgot what they call it. The Rock was in it. Y'all probably know what I'm talking about, but it was them three, you feel me? While people was like flipping back and forth. The NWO with Hogan, see what Hogan was doing because he turned heel. It was like, bro, the 90s was peak wrestling. Peak wrestling.
Became part of the new world.
And I wasn't even born.
Years
I
later,
can
the
say
WWF
that.
buys WCW. Hogan sits at home while letting his Turner contract run out. And when that contract expired, McMahon wanted to bring Hogan back into the WWF alongside Kevin Nash and Scott Hall. In storyline, McMahon wanted to inject his own company with a poison. He wanted to kill his own creation. And there was no one better for the job than the NWO. Hogan revealed that McMahon told him that he had to bring it during this comeback. If Hogan failed or if Hogan didn't live up to the hype, then he'd get removed from the company. And Hulk proved he was worth every cent McMahon paid for him when he took on The Rock at WrestleMania 18. Hogan still had it. He had the crowd in the palm of his hand while not really needing to do all that much work in the ring. So the decision was made to turn Hulk back into a full-blown babyface, and Hulkamania ran wild in the WWF once again in the year 2002. He was a massive fan favourite, he was moved straight to the top of the cards, and even though SmackDown would progressively become a show that was more about in-ring work and young talent, Hulk Hogan helped establish SmackDown as a must-see show right after the first brand split.
Why is everybody putting up with ads?
And most definitely, bro, Hulk Hogan helped, like, bro, SmackDown. Doing the, not fully, but when it first started, it did boost up SmackDown. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. When SmackDown started, it did boost it up, though. Like, Hogan did boost it up when it first started.
Programming after receiving a beating from Brock Lesnar. Brock was being set up as the WWE's newest main event player, and there's no better way to make a name for yourself by putting the immortal Hulk Hogan out of commission. The following year, on the January 23rd, 2003 episode of SmackDown, Stephanie McMahon revealed that she had a big surprise in store, that being the return of Hulk Hogan. Hulk walked down the ramp missing his trademark black beard under his blonde mustache. He dropped Hollywood from his name. And after soaking up the fan adulation for a solid 3.5 minutes, Hogan finally spoke to the crowd. If you ever need proof that Hogan was still over during this era, then look no further than this episode of SmackDown. The crowd reaction was truly insane.
Even when he came back with the NWO, bro, he was so over, bro. And also still overpowered. You feel me? He got hella power backstage too, so maybe he put that in mind. But anyways, though, but bro, when he came back, bro, people didn't want to see him as the face, me as the heel. They want to see that face again. People want to hear each of arguments, and you feel me? And it was, and going back and seeing it, bro, it was a wholesome moment because it was like, damn, bro, been away with the company wants you back. It was just a good moment. It was one of those wholesome moments.
Hulk announces that he signed a brand new WWE contract. Hulk Hogan's back, Jack, and Hulkamania is going to run wild one more time. Hogan says he's got a lot of unfinished business. There's some new business he also wants to take care of. But Hogan promises to do it the right way. He's going to bring his Hulkamaniacs on this journey, which will likely be, according to Hulk, his very last run in the company. This wasn't true, by the way, but Hulk told fans here that after his contract was up, he was likely going to go home, and on that note, he wanted to make this run the best run of all. Vince McMahon then makes an appearance looking a little perplexed and a little confused. He gets in the ring and he says he's very disappointed with Stephanie's big surprise because, well, it's Hulk Hogan, a washed up Hulk Hogan who still thinks it's the 1980s. McMahon says Hulkamania is dead. He simply does not care for Hogan returning to the WWE, and this gives Hulk an idea. Seeing as this is going to be Hogan's final comeback and seeing as he wants to do things the right way, he announces that the first WWE superstar he wants to kick the hell out of is Mr. McMahon himself. Vince seems a bit taken back. Hogan has officially challenged him to a match, and, well, no one challenges Mr. McMahon.
Who the hell do you think you are?
Vince says he doesn't answer to Hulk Hogan, he doesn't answer to the fans, and he doesn't answer to the man upstairs. Vince answers only to himself. So Hogan gives McMahon something that'll help him make up his mind, a good old punch to the face. McMahon gets a Hulkamania shirt thrown on top of him as Hulk makes his way back up the ramp, and SmackDown goes off the air with the commentators confirming that this was an official challenge. Hulk Hogan wants to face Vince McMahon one-on-one. The following week, Vince questioned his daughter on why she brought back Hulk Hogan, and Stephanie said, well, Eric Bischoff, the current Raw GM, is bringing back Vince's arch nemesis Steve Austin, so Mr. McMahon shouldn't be all that mad at Stephanie. He should really be mad at Eazy-E. Steph thought her dad would have been proud of her. She didn't do anything Vince wouldn't have done during the Monday Night War. So Vince kinda accepts this explanation, but he also says he has a big surprise this week. Something that's going to top Stephanie's surprise from the week prior. McMahon makes his way down to the ring. There's plenty of Hulkamaniacs at SmackDown tonight, and McMahon makes a small correction in regards to what he said last week, that being Hulkamania is dead. Hulkamania is actually not dead. Hulkamania is on life support thanks to all these fans who continue to breathe life into the lifeless body of Hulk Hogan. McMahon says the fans don't know Hogan as well as he knows Hulk Hogan. As a businessman, Hogan's a man-eating predator, pot meat kettle. And as a human being, Hogan's a depraved, twisted, blood-sucking bottom feeder.
I ain't gonna lie. If I was watching that shit like live, bro, during that time, nigga, I'd be like, sign me up. I ain't gonna hold you. Not gonna hold you. Sign me up. Nigga, I'll watch it. See Hulk and whoop this Vince ass all around the ring. You feel me? I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Hulk's mastered the art of deception so well that all these fans believe in him, and when it comes to all this red and yellow nonsense, Vince McMahon just doesn't get it. He doesn't know how Hogan's so over in the year 2003. And so Vince McMahon's mission is to kill Hulkamania for good. McMahon created Hulkamania, the fans and Hogan owe McMahon a great deal, and how does Hogan repay McMahon? By sucker punching him last week on SmackDown. So it's time for Vince to answer the challenge. No Way Out is the next WWE pay-per-view, and McMahon says there's going to be no way out for Hulk Hogan because at that show, Hogan's going to face The Rock. Now, this certainly wasn't seen as a disappointment. There was a lot of intrigue in seeing Hogan vs Rock 2 after they tore it up at WrestleMania 18. However, The Rock hadn't been seen on WWE TV in a few months, and the last time he was on TV, he got booed out of the building. Rock appears on the big screens and he teases a full-blown heel turn when he acts a little more cocky than usual and
this when this when Hollywood Rock, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Damn, because I ain't gonna lie, bro. If it were for the final boss, bro, this was originally my favorite, version of The Rock, bro. Hollywood Rock was, oh my gosh. That shit was such peak, bro. That shit was such peak, bro. Like, head off everybody time. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Hollywood Rock was just bro. It was just peak entertainment, bro. Hella like fun because it was like a fun ride to watch, Then it won't. Then now the final boss, I ain't gonna hold you. The final boss is my favorite version of the Rock because it mixed with everybody. You got a little bit Hollywood in, you got mixed. You feel me? It's like everybody combined, bro. It's just, it ain't nothing like an old, like, going back to see, like, Hollywood Rock, because bro, oh my gosh, you entertain me, bro. Peak entertainment.
A little more self-assured than usual. And when Rock actually came back to SmackDown live and in person, it was made clear that The Rock was now a bad guy. A very entertaining bad guy, may I add. Now, I don't want to get into Hollywood Rock too much here because I've already covered that topic. I'd love to go back and revisit it all again, but I'm not sure if viewers on the channel would enjoy that so much. But the No Way Out match was important in regards to setting up McMahon versus Hogan at WrestleMania, because No Way Out was going to be held in Montreal.
My paycheck invests itself. My portfolio's set, man.
The Wobble. Come on, YouTube.
I do remember being very interested in the No Way Out 2003 main event, mainly because of The Rock. His heel turn had the same fascination as his 2024 heel turn, and it definitely rejuvenated my interest in seeing him perform. Was this rematch as good as the WrestleMania 18 Classic between Rock and Hogan?
It wasn't. It wasn't.
But Rock now having free reign to just be an all-out asshole still makes it very enjoyable. This one had a screwjob finish. We are in Montreal after all. Hogan hit the leg drop and he went for a cover, but the lights went out when the referee counted to 2, and when they came back on, the official was knocked out cold. Mr. McMahon then made an appearance, and when Hogan was distracted, the referee passed Rocky a steel chair. Hulk gets wiped out with a chair shot. He then takes a rock bottom. The official magically wakes up and Rock wins via pinfall. The official, who we'd get to know a bit better, is Sylvia.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. If I see this in like the newer like 2K video games, bro. Like, don't get me wrong, like, the Myra story's cool, but we had like a real life screw up and shit, like, just like this, bro. That should be I ain't gonna lie, I would be pissed, man. Or any type of screw up, you feel me? Or like, I feel like it ain't enough of that, bro, in video games. Like, in the new ones, I feel like it probably is, bro, but I need more of that. I ain't gonna hold you, because that shit be shocking as fuck. You be thinking, yo, nigga winning, all of a sudden, nigga, oh, Vince came out of nowhere, screw you. You feel me? That's what I like about the older wrestling games, because you get, bro, it could be for the championship, the main title, you feel me? Vince come out there try to screw you, or you get screwed by him, bro. It's just like, bro, they need to bring that more shit like that back. I ain't gonna hold you.
And Grenier was
this is my last time pause,
McMahon.
man.
Vince screwed Hogan over in the No Way Out main event. And if this wasn't enough, McMahon mocked Hulk by wearing a shirt that said, "What you gonna do? Nothing." And he imitated the Hulkster while Hogan was laid out on the mat. On the next episode of SmackDown, McMahon takes great delight in announcing he screwed Hulk Hogan at No Way Out. Hulk did not appear on this episode, so Vince announced Hulkamania was officially dead and a new mania was running wild, that being McMahonamania, brother. The week after, on the 6th of March 2003, Hogan did return to SmackDown, and this promo here was the one that truly set the stage for Mania. Hogan said he's not going anywhere. This issue between himself and McMahon didn't just start when he made his return a few weeks ago. This rivalry has been 20 years in the making. So Hulk wants to settle the issue like men, and when Vince shows up, McMahon says there's only one issue with Hogan's proposal, that being Hulk Hogan isn't even a man. Hogan takes exception to McMahon saying that he was the one who created Hulkamania. According to Hogan, Hulkamania was a success in spite of McMahon. The fans have made sure that Hulkamania will live forever, and what really annoys McMahon is the fact that Hulk Hogan played a key role in building the WWE. It was Hogan who put the old WWF on the map, and that fact makes Vince McMahon sick. Everything McMahon has is because of Hulk Hogan.
But he ain't lying though. He ain't lying. Bro, I ain't gonna lie. If I was watching this promo live, bro, I'd be like, nigga, he ain't lying. He ain't lying. He one for. Bro, I ain't gonna lie. I can see niggas like Hulk Hogan fans, bro, going crazy over this promo, bro. He ain't lying. He ain't lying. He put everything in his bag for last year. What? How many years he been wrestling for Vince? I'm gonna say 20. For 20 years he been pulling this shit in his back, day and night. If it weren't for him, we wouldn't get the lights, the arenas, none of that because of him. I can hear the Hogan fans back then going crazy.
And Vince says Hogan's now believing his own bullshit. When Vince says anyone could have played the role of Hulk Hogan, Hogan cuts him off, and yeah, if you know, you know. He flubbed his lines pretty badly here, and he accidentally called himself the right gay guy after tripping over his words. Look it up on YouTube.
That's
Hogan
crazy.
believes that he wasn't just the right guy in the right place at the right time, because McMahon tried to recreate what Hogan did by giving other guys the big push, and absolutely no one matched Hulk Hogan. No one put in the time Hogan did. No one became as popular. And yeah, I guess Hogan has a point, but you gotta remember too that Hulk was already established as the measuring stick when Vince was trying to create the next big superstar.
True.
If Vince is a man, he'll get in the ring with Hogan tonight on SmackDown. Vince says there's no chance in hell. And McMahon reveals that he hates Hogan because all those years ago, Terry Bollea walked out on Vince McMahon and he competed for WCW. McMahon thinks Hulk tried to put him out of business, and along with that, what's even more personal is the fact that Hogan testified against McMahon for the federal government during the steroid trial. And Hulk's right when he says if it wasn't for Hulk's testimony, or lack thereof, then McMahon would still be in prison right now. It was Hogan who got Vince off the hook, so in reality, McMahon owes him one, though Mr. McMahon doesn't see it that way. Vince isn't going to give Hogan a match, he's going to give him a fight. And that fight's going to happen at another one of Vince McMahon's creations known as WrestleMania. If Hogan loses, he has to give up wrestling for good, and Hogan agrees. McMahon says he created Hulkamania and he's gonna kill it, and Hogan says he's waited to fight Vince all his life, so McMahon better eat his vitamins and say his prayers, brother.
Over the past 5 years, Anheuser
Busch. Everything I know, it's Busch. Okay, we get it. You make good beers. The fuck?
The following week, Vince replayed some footage of himself and Hogan shaking hands back in 1993. McMahon says this was the first time Hogan ever thanked him. He calls Hogan an ingrate, but it didn't have to be like this. Vince McMahon and Hulk Hogan were once inseparable, but Hogan changed. And that change hurt Vince, his family, and the McMahon business. The first opportunity Hulk got, he turned his back on McMahon and he jumped ship to WCW. Hogan said some hurtful things about McMahon during his time down south, but after everything that happened, McMahon invited Hulk.
Well, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Him explain the story, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I might have to rewatch it because this shit sound like a fire ass build up to WrestleMania, bro. Story is there. They both saying some shit to each other that damn, you did this, but Vince, you did this to him, but Hulk, you did this to Vince, but damn, bro. I wish I could I'm rewatching this because this build up some fire, bro.
Hulk back when he brought the New World Order to the WWF around this time last year. Hogan showed his gratitude by challenging Vince. McMahon says that's all well and good. Vince knows he's going to be upset and heartbroken again after the match because he's going to have to kill another one of his creations. And this time around, Vince McMahon will not forgive Hulk Hogan. A contract signing was set for the 20th of March 2003 episode of SmackDown, and yeah, we all know how these usually play out. Mean Gene Okerlund was on hand for this one just to soak the whole rivalry and even more nostalgia. And Hogan said he understood what was on the line at WrestleMania and he was not going to let Hulkamania die. Hulk and Mean Gene watch McMahon make his way through the backstage area. Hogan waits for Vince's arrival, but McMahon attacks from behind and we've got ourselves another violent contract signing.
But why was this? Bro, you know these contract signings, it's like, I ain't gonna lie, repetitive, but you know what's gonna happen. But I was thinking in my head, like, that nigga getting attacked behind, bro. I know it because, man, wrestling fans, bro, we be watching this. Definitely wrestling fans, they been watching this shit like for hellas. Bro, sometimes we know the plot. You feel me? Sometimes we gonna know the plot, and sometimes we don't even got the script, but sometimes we do. Sometimes we do got the script. And we can see what Triple H booking. You feel me? But no, this how wrestling fans, they be watching like been watching this shit for hellas for. They know what I'm talking about. Only we got that power. New wrestling fans, y'all gonna get there.
Signing. This one does get quite extreme though, and it was one of the more memorable things about the whole build-up, because not only does Vince deliver more chair shots, he also proceeds to stick a pen in Hogan's forehead a few times before making Hogan sign the match contract with his own blood. This was very memorable indeed, and it was a sign of things to come at WrestleMania 19. One final piece of business went down on the SmackDown before Mania, a Hulk Hogan promo before the big showdown. Hulk says he's witnessed McMahon doing some illegal things in the past, and I really don't want to think about what those illegal things could be.
Nah,
but
me
what Hulk
either.
didn't realize was how mentally twisted Vince really is. McMahon's an evil genius. Hogan should have been smarter these past few weeks and he should have expected anything from Vince. But Hogan was not prepared for what McMahon did last week. Hogan announces that this match is going to be a street fight, but it certainly won't be his last match. He will beat Vince at WrestleMania, he will return to SmackDown, and in order to do that, Hulk's prepared to go really, really low. This is going to be a fight like we have never seen before, and Hogan promises to leave McMahon in a pool of his own blood this Sunday in Seattle. The time for talk was over. Past superstars and celebrities had all weighed in on who they thought was going to win the big match at Mania. So let's see how it all went down, and let's see if Hulkamania lived on or if it got killed off for good.
In order for me to get excited about an idea, I have to understand what I'm trying
Oh, damn, my bad.
to create. Visualize the story.
The Hogan vs McMahon street fight begins the second half of WrestleMania 19. Hogan's out first as the clear fan favourite, and McMahon looks borderline psychotic as he goes face to face with his opponent in the ring. We begin with a good old fashioned slap to the face, which does nothing but infuriate Hogan, and Vince gets taken down before Hulk lays in a few weak looking slaps and punches. McMahon takes another bump on the mat following a clothesline. Some corner offense from Hogan follows. Vince gets out with a back elbow and McMahon delivers a clothesline. So far things are looking a bit rough around the edges, but that's okay. You don't expect Bret vs Shawn here. Vince goes to work in the corner. His overall...
Because I ain't gonna lie, I can see the match ain't like all flashy, like actually like a wrestling match. I know it was just like a fight.
Lack of athleticism is fully on display here, and his offense lacks any real urgency. He then punches Hogan on the back, which brings the match down to the mat, and McMahon tries to get all fancy when drilling his knee into Hogan's arm before applying a hammerlock. The arm becomes a target as Vince brings Hulk to the ring post, and the fact that Vince is trying to single out a body part is almost laughable in itself. No one's banned McMahon being any kind of ring technician who has an in-ring game plan. We get the classic Hogan test of strength in the middle of the ring, which allows McMahon to pull off some genuinely terrifying faces. And when Hogan's finally able to overpower his opponent, McMahon takes the easy way out and Hulk gets sent to the outside. Vince is still trying to neutralize Hulk's left arm so Hogan can pull off, I don't know, left-handed punches or something. And Vince then tries to use a chair, but Hulk moves out of the way.
Hold up. Nigga, why you don't just go for the legs? You do a leg drop for the finish. I forgot who was booking the show. You feel me? He wasn't thinking.
Allows Hogan to go on offense for a bit, and then McMahon takes a chair shot right to the skull. Hulk Hogan's known for his terrible chair shots, but this one was spot on, mainly because Vince didn't even think about covering up. The crowd pops when they see McMahon bleeding. Hogan lays in a few right hands before the two head to the other side of the floor where McMahon takes more chair shots. Wood from the Hood lines up another shot to the head, but he ends up hitting Hugo Savinovich right on the dome. And I like how good guy Hulk Hogan couldn't have cared less. A low blow brings McMahon back into the match, and now it's Hogan's turn to get busted open courtesy of a chair shot. Both men are bleeding pretty badly now, but Vince wants to keep the pressure on by introducing a ladder to the bout. Yeah, Vince is well known for his high-flying offense from the top of the ladder. It looks like McMahon's having difficulty seeing right now due to all that blood, but the ladder gets set up and Vince neutralizes his opponent by using a monitor. Hogan gets laid out on the Spanish announce desk, Vince climbs the ladder before mocking Hogan, and Vince jumps off with a big leg drop, brother, and the table crashes.
Damn!
Now, again, it was pretty rough looking, but fair play to Vince for throwing his back into the table.
Nah, for real, because it looked like Vince was willing to take these bumps. I ain't gonna hold
This
you.
made sure the table broke upon impact, and Hogan probably didn't feel a thing. Both men are down. Hugo's getting brought away from the commentary table. Eventually, Vince wakes up and he puts Hulk inside the ring, and Hogan kicks out of Vince's cover. Vince tries again, Hogan kicks out again, so McMahon has to think of something that will put Hulk away for good. This is when we get that iconic shot as Vince finds a steel pipe and he slowly raises his head above the apron. He has a sick smile on his face as Michael Cole says.
Damn, hold up.
He raises his head above the
Hold up. I found a perfect meme when my girl cheated on me. Oh shit, I'm wilding. I'm talking about when my girl cheated on me, bruh. I got something dark. I got something real dark, bro. I don't want y'all to be all sensitive. Man. I'll tell you, this shit gonna be real dark. This was Chris Benoit after the night. Yay.
the apron. He has a sick smile on his face.
Damn, why I say that? Damn, that was dark. That was real dark. Damn. That's the night Chris Benoit that. Oh, this was Chris Benoit doing the night. Yo, that's fucking wrong. R.I.P. to that, bro. Still, that's fucking crazy.
Yes, as Michael Cole says, McMahon could very well be the devil.
I don't want y'all to be like, bro, that's fucked up. I said this shit gonna be dark.
A shot that's been often imitated in WWE because it was so effective. McMahon doesn't get a chance to use that pipe because Hogan punches him right in the grapefruits. And then, when both men are down...
Y'all let me know who... Give me a joke with that face that Vince made. Give me a good joke in the comments. Give me like... After I went down there to my girl... It's me out for my girl, period. Nah, okay, I'm wildin', bro. I'm wildin'.
Running from none other than Roddy Piper. Now, it takes you to know at least a little bit of wrestling history to understand why this was so significant, but that doesn't mean it wasn't surprising. Absolutely no one expected Piper to show up here, and seeing as his rivalry with Hulk Hogan spanned across decades and different promotions, fans weren't sure what the Hot Rod was going to do. After teasing he was going to attack McMahon, Piper ends up hitting Hogan with that steel pipe. The cheers immediately turn to boos like someone just flicked a switch. And when Piper leaves the ring, McMahon goes for a cover. Again, Hogan kicks out at 2. So the match is going to continue on. McMahon goes to retrieve the pipe, and for some reason, referee Brian Hebner tries to stop him. This is a street fight where anything goes, so why Brian tried to do this is anyone's guess. Maybe he's a Hulkamaniac. He struggles a bit when getting sent out of the ring, though he does get there eventually, poor guy. And this is also dirty referee Sylvain Grenier can run down and officiate the match. Hogan gets hit with McMahon's steel pipe, Vince makes the cover, Hogan kicks out at 2, and it's time to Hulk up, brother. The crowd goes absolutely crazy here and everyone gets on their feet. A punch puts McMahon on the mat, and Hogan then gets some revenge for No Way Out by beating up the dirty referee. Vince tries another attack, but it's no good. Hogan's still hulking up, and he's gonna finish the match with a few punches, a big boot, tons of hot dogging and grandstanding, and finally the big leg drop. Brian Hebner counts the 1, 2, 3, and Hulkamania doesn't die at Mania 19. The crowd noise during the last few moments was really something else, and that noise continues as Hogan celebrates in the ring. Eventually, Shane McMahon shows up, and keep in mind too, we hadn't seen Shane in quite some time up until this point. Hogan allows the boy wonder into the ring to check on his dad. The ever-defiant Vince McMahon flips Hogan off as he lays on the canvas a bloody and beaten man. All Hogan can do is smile at his old friend turned foe.
This seemed like a fire, like...
You can...
This seemed like... Bro. That sound like a fire, like... Bro. Build up to WrestleMania. I ain't gonna hold
See
you,
what
bro.
happened immediately after this match by checking out my Mr. America video. It picks up right where this one left off, so you'll be able to see what went down next. Vince decided to abuse his power and he tried to kill Hulkamania by firing Hogan, but Hogan found a loophole and he came back as the mysterious Mr. America. The McMahon vs Hogan match definitely added to the overall flavour of WrestleMania in 2003. Mania 19 is probably my favourite WrestleMania of all time, and I think that's because the show has a ton of variety in regards to match styles and the way things played out. Hulk and Vince had the most violent match on the card, which is exactly what it needed to be given both men's limitations. And I don't want to say this was probably Vince McMahon's best match ever, but it's definitely one I would consider. Again, go straight to the Mr. America.
Ah, damn.
Thank you very much for watching, and please take care.
That's a good ass video, bruh. But nah, bruh, I ain't gonna lie, bruh. I gotta go back and watch this video because not the video, but the Vince and Hulk, and that sound like a fire build up to WrestleMania. And yeah, bruh, that's the reason why. Yeah, I even picked this video because I know it was during WrestleMania season, and we in WrestleMania season. You got some fire build up that's like building up for him. We got John Cena, Cody Rhodes build up. It's finna building up, like gonna build up. So it's a lot of building up that's gonna happen in WrestleMania. So yeah, maybe yeah, let me end this video, y'all. If y'all like this video, go like it. I love y'all. Peace.